Thank you for tuning in to Ace B's Point of View.
Police say two suspects in separate passenger cars were shooting at each other from Page to I-64. That's at least 1.5 miles. A bullet then went through Whitted's passenger side window, and the two shooters drove off. Our Bommarito Automotive Skyfox flew over the scene as authorities investigated.
I think it's pretty remarkable that more cars weren't hit, although it's tragic that even one person is injured.
Police say Whitted was alone in her SUV and no one else was injured.
From what I know, a really great person and very well loved by her family and her friends.
Her family says, quote, Kristen always strived for more knowledge, wanting to know more about everything, never settling on just the surface of a situation. She always got the most out of everything.
Now, when I first heard that story, as you know, I hopped on. I was a little, whatever.
Seeing the craziest, illest news, the saddest things been going on out here in St. Louis. I'm about to address them.
Saying how I was going to address this and we're going to do this and that. I thought it was a case of, maybe some gang violence. Maybe someone, being targeted. That wasn't the case.
First of all, let me give you a look at the suspect. We do have video of him. He is identified as Calvin Pittman. He is 30 years old. He is from Florissant. He was picked up last night. He was picked up without incident. Here are some of the charges against him. First-degree murder, armed criminal action, unlawful use of a weapon.
Now, after seeing that, I got more questions than answers. They said first-degree murder. Not taking that brother's side, but I got to ask questions. And they said it was road rage. She got caught in the middle. That means him and somebody else was shooting at each other. Where's the other person? Who was the other person? How do they know it was him and his bullet that hit her? I'm just curious.
They were able to get some evidence from the car itself, a lot of canvassing by detectives, and they say citizens stepped forward to help in the investigation.
There's a valuable lesson to be learned in this. If you're a black man in America or anywhere, you got to think critically because he's a suspect. I don't know if he did it or not, but look at how hiked up these charges are. We see police on video kill men. They don't get first-degree charges. You see what happened with Breonna Taylor. What did them police get? But do you see what happens when you're a suspect of a crime and you're a black man?
Let's take a listen to some of what was said at the news conference by the Major K Squad as well as a member of the family.
This was a despicable random act of violence, which as law enforcement professionals will tell you are some of the most difficult to solve because they are just that, they're random.
I think a lot of times the policemen and police officers do get a bad rap. And I understand that it's not all of you, it's just a small majority of you. And I think that's what the message needs to be to the St. Louis community is that our police officers and our law enforcement, if given the information that they need to investigate, they will follow up.
And Fred Whitted, he had put out an emotional appeal at a news conference yesterday, basically calling on people in the public to come forward with information. And police said they did indeed have help from the public in cracking this case, in arresting this suspect. The suspect is being held on $500,000 bond. Police say the case still open. They're looking for other people.
So, I'm looking through my comments. I'm doing my YouTube thing. I see a comment about the case, about that story, and it was kind of ignorant. So I read it, and I was hoping it was going to be, on the page, but it seems it had been deleted by the person that put it up. So I'm like, okay, let me see who it is. You see what I'm saying? Let me look at their channel. And as you can see, the comment seemed as if it came from someone that didn't understand black people. that maybe just didn't like black people. It didn't seem like it came from a black person. But come to find out, it did. There is a lesson to be learned in this for anybody that drives throughout the world. She died due to road rage, due to people not being able to control their emotions, getting angry, upset, going over the top, not thinking. You got to think. And don't get me wrong now, when I drive, I be like, damn, move, dude, blase, blase. But I'm also thinking past go, and I know that anybody can have a gun in their car at any time. So from what the police are saying, 2 motorists were shooting back and forth, and she ended up in the middle. But it was all due to road rage. That's crazy.